afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Live at 4. Brady Mallory is with us once again. Mark will be back after the Labor Day holiday. Happy September.
Yeah, I can't believe it's already here.
It's already here, and it feels like it too, doesn't it?
Yeah, that little hint of chill in the air.
Yeah, it feels good. A little later this hour, we're going to be taking your plant and gardening questions with Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company. Brady and I will let you know when it's time to call in. But topping our headlines today, pleas are entered and a trial date is set for the man accused of murdering his parents. We'll have the latest on the Halderson case out of Dane County Court.
It's a new start for some. We'll check in with a few of the area school districts who welcome students back to class today.
Plus new numbers, but an important explanation why you shouldn't take the FBI's latest hate crime statistics at face value. Let's take a look outside today on this first day of school for most kids.
They're having a good time out there, those ducks.
Yeah, it was beautiful outside today. Like you said, just that crispness in the air. But rain returns on Friday. Austin is out on the weather patio. Hi, Austin.
Hello, and it feels amazing outside. We're really starting off this month with just a beautiful day, mid-70s, lower humidity, sunshine, and we're actually just slightly cooler than average, but I'm only talking about 1 or 2 degrees here and there. It's currently 76 right now. We are seeing a little bit of a breeze at around 10 miles per hour, but the dew points have fallen into the lower 50s. It really does feel amazing to be outside right now. Doppler track not showing any action, as we are expecting to stay dry here for the rest of today as well, with barely minimal cloud cover overall. We are still going to see a lot of sunshine overhead, just mostly sunny to possibly partly sunny skies at times. But then you look at our temperatures and they really feel great for most of us. A little bit on the warmer side of things towards Janesville, as they have risen up to around 81 degrees. But most communities are sitting pretty in the mid-70s. And it really does feel great outside, especially with the lower dew points. Some communities are even in the 40s with the dew points. So although temperatures are in the lower 80s in Janesville, they're currently seeing a dew point of 46. So those lower 80s just feel beautiful outside. And we got to soak in those last few days of heat because it is the first day of meteorological fall. So this afternoon, again, still a beautiful one overall. Later on tonight, we are going to see those temperatures falling quite a bit. Now, again, I mentioned how it's the first day of meteorological fall. We still have a few more days of fall here for most of the rest of us, but it does look like, or of summer rather, for most of the rest of us. But temperatures tonight feeling like fall as they fall into the lower 50s. But what about these temperatures later on in the week? Do we have any big warm-ups or cool-downs? I'll have a look at your extended forecast coming up a little bit later on.
All right, Austin, we'll check back in a little bit. Thank you so much. First at 4 and topping our news, the man accused of killing his parents and dismembering their bodies has pleaded not guilty.
Charlotte DeLeste has the latest from the courtroom. Charlotte?
23-year-old Chandler Halderson entered not guilty pleas to 8 counts in a short hearing this morning in Dane County Court. In the death of his parents, Bart and Krista Halderson, Chandler is facing 2 counts of each of the following: first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, hiding a corpse, and providing false information on kidnapped missing persons. He is scheduled to be back in court next month, with his trial expected to begin in January. Chandler was first charged with killing his father in mid-July, just 3 days after Bart's remains were identified. He wasn't charged in his mom's death until late August, nearly a month after his mom's remains were found and identified. To stay up to date on this story and read through a really thorough timeline of this investigation, visit our website, channel3000.com.
Thank you, Charlotte. Well, it's back to school for many students across the area this week, and that includes those at Verona Area School District. We were there this morning as some of the first kids were being dropped off for the first day of school. Today was the first day for pre-K through 6th graders, 9th graders, and any new students to the district. Verona High School Principal Pam Hammond says it's good to see all the students and staff in the building this fall to start off a brand new school year.
Those meaningful relationships are more important this year than ever. And it's hard to develop those relationships over Zoom. So having students here with us in person is the best for students, and we're going to have a great school year.
Now, the rest of the students at Verona Area School District will be back in the classrooms tomorrow.
Elementary and middle school students enrolled in the Madison Metropolitan School District will now have to wear masks at all outdoor events. The district made that announcement today. School officials say the requirement applies to staff, families, and visitors at the district's middle and elementary schools. It also applies to all after-school child care activities. The new requirement will remain in place through the first quarter of the new school year.
Governor Evers and Wisconsin State School Superintendent Jill Underly were in Green Bay this morning to welcome kids on their first day of school. The school district is welcoming back more than 19,000 students for the start of fall semester. Later in the day, the governor went to a middle school in Eau Claire to enjoy the presence of more students.
The head of the CDC says she's hopeful that children under 12 will be able to get the COVID vaccine by the end of the year. As children across the country return to school today, members of the Biden administration urged parents and school staff to take the nationwide COVID surge seriously. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky joined First Lady Jill Biden and Education Secretary Miguel Cardona for a national PTA back-to-class virtual town hall as child COVID hospitalizations reach their highest levels in more than a year.
While relief efforts are underway in the storm-battered south, remnants of Ida are pushing north through the mid-Atlantic and northeast. Now, some areas could see 10 inches of rain in fewer than 12 hours. A confirmed tornado touched down in Maryland, and flooding has already proven deadly. Remnants of the storm are marching northward, bringing devastating rainfall and mudslides to the northeast. Back on the Gulf Coast, a long cleanup lies ahead, and supplies are choked. Crews have restored power to a sliver of New Orleans, but the heat is oppressive, and it could take weeks to get the region back online. The nationwide release of 2020 hate crime numbers this week underscores what we found in Wisconsin in an investigative series earlier this year. Anti-Black and anti-Asian hate crimes fueled a surge here and across the country.
But as investigative reporter Naomi Coles explains, hate crimes are on the rise, but these numbers are far from complete. Naomi?
These are the headline numbers, but perhaps most importantly, our investigation found how deeply flawed these statistics still are. In dozens of cases, I found hate crimes that were prosecuted as hate crimes, but then unreported in the state's official statistics. So while the numbers show a 44% increase of hate crimes in Wisconsin, that could well be higher. In particular, Asians faced hate during a pandemic that some blamed on them, with hate crimes nationwide almost doubling against Asians. But what I found here in Wisconsin is almost none of the ones that were prosecuted were then actually recorded.
I think what's most troubling about that is people think that the rise in anti-Asian hate crimes is just because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and it certainly has been exacerbated, but anti-Asian hate is nothing new. It has been prevalent since the first Asians came to this country.
State Representative Francesca Hong says she wants to see community hotlines used as a possible solution to underreporting. I'll have more on that coming up at 5 o'clock, along with just how many hundreds of police departments right here in Wisconsin never reported a hate crime at all in 5 years.
We will see you at 5. Naomi, thank you. The landmark Roe versus Wade Supreme Court decision on abortion is facing a new challenge after a new restrictive law took effect overnight in Texas. Protesters gathered in Texas after the U.S. Supreme Court failed to block the Texas law from taking effect at midnight. The measure bans abortions as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy, which is before many women even know they're pregnant. The Supreme Court could still weigh in on the Texas law. Meanwhile, the landmark Roe versus Wade decision will face another test this fall when the High Court hears arguments on a Mississippi bill that would ban abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy.
The man charged with shooting another man at a men's homeless shelter earlier this year has been found competent to stand trial. Ronald Stevens is charged with 1 count of attempted first-degree homicide with a dangerous weapon. Today, a court commissioner agreed with the findings from the latest competency report, meaning Stevens' case can move forward. Stevens had previously been found not competent to stand trial.
The war in Afghanistan is now officially over, but the fight over the Americans left behind is just beginning. President Biden fiercely defended his decision not to extend the withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan, even as some American civilians remain behind. The Biden administration says it will use diplomatic and economic pressure to make sure the Taliban lives up to its word and allows them to leave. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin spoke about what comes next.
As we always do, this department will look back clearly and professionally and learn every lesson that we can. That's our way. But right now, it's time to thank all those who served in this war, because you are the greatest asset that we have.
The administration says the military mission in Afghanistan has transitioned now to a diplomatic one. Military leaders are expressing gratitude and support for the more than 800,000 troops who served over the past 2 decades. Well, Apple is announcing it is funding expanded education programs for Hispanic and Black college students.
The company is spending $30 million on initiatives designed to encourage the students to pursue careers in technology. It comes as the company is facing increased scrutiny for inequality at its own camps. As of 2018, 80% of Apple's executives were white. One of more than 30,000 professional workers there, just 177 were Black women. Well, we asked for some back-to-school pictures this morning, and boy, did we get some gems.
We really did. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for sending them in. Here's a couple of them. This is McKenna Easton and their dog Theodore getting ready for the first day of school.
Oh, very nice.
This is Jax. He started 2nd grade today, and Jax says when he grows up, he wants to be a pilot.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, here's Parker on the first day of 3rd grade with his pup, Evie.
A lot of dogs in these pictures. Check out this ride. That's a sweet ride. This is Caden and Sadie. He's a junior, and this is his first time driving to school. This is her first day of freshman year.
I wish I had that car on my first day. Well, here we have Riker in 1st grade, Evelyn in 4K, and Clara acting as the emotional support sister. Way to go, Clara.
Oh, that's so sweet. We have so many more of them on our website at channel3000.com. Did you like the first day of school when you were growing up?
I was always a little nervous. Oh, 2nd day of school was more my jam.
I loved it. Yeah. Lay out all my clothes and all my supplies. Yeah. Oh, it's such an exciting day.
Oh, the new backpack was always great. Yeah.
That's a big one, too. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, are you ready to rumba?
We'll find out which celebrities and community leaders are putting on their dancing shoes and taking part in this year's annual Rumba for Rainbow Celebrity Dance Challenge.
You're watching News 3 Now at 4. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, there's Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Introducing Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. New luxury apartments for seniors 55 plus. Professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
I thank Gruber Law Offices for being there for me and actually helping me get through that tough stage in my life.
How much of a difference they made in my life and how much they helped me. I can't even express it in words.
Gruber Law was with me, and I'm very thankful for all that they've done. I'm smiling.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart.
If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Mid-State Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, offering the best equipment in the industry, from lawn mowers and skid loaders to tractors and combines. With 7 convenient locations throughout southern Wisconsin, you can count on Mid-State Equipment.
Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021 is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course lunch starting at $15 and a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021, starting September 19th through the 24th. For participating restaurant menus and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
Up here, success depends on the choices you make. But I know I've got this. And when it comes to controlling his type 2 diabetes, my dad's got this too.
With the right choices, you have it in you to control your A1C, and once-weekly Trulicity may help. Most people taking Trulicity reached an A1C under 7%, and it starts lowering blood sugar from the first dose by helping your body release the insulin it's already making. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Show your world what's truly inside. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Welcome back. Air travel is at its lowest level in more than 3 months. The TSA says it screened 1.3 million people at airports nationwide yesterday. That is the lowest number since May 18th. The report comes after Monday's report showed bookings for domestic flights with 6 U.S. airlines dipped in July and the first 3 weeks of August. Experts point out that travel typically slumps at the end of summer, but they say rising coronavirus cases are weighing on future trip planning.
Well, Delta is looking to hire 1,500 new flight attendants. The company says applicants must have graduated high school or have their GED and be at least 21 years old. They also must be fully vaccinated before they start training. Delta says these new hires are in addition to the 1,500 spots they've already been filling in all. The company plans to have 3,000 new flight attendants in the air by summer 2022.
Payroll company ADP says private payroll sharply underperformed expectations for the second month in a row. ADP's numbers show the economy added 374,000 private sector jobs in August. Analysts were expecting more than 600,000. ADP says the numbers show the jobs recovery is slowing, though they are still forecasting that hiring will pick up in the second half of the year.
Now, that news didn't sit well on Wall Street as investors had hoped for better job numbers. The Dow lost 48 points while NASDAQ gained 50 and the S&P gained a fraction. Roomba for Rainbow is the Rainbow Project's annual salsa dancing fundraiser, and you know what? It's back this year.
Very exciting. World-renowned professional Latin dancers pair up with local celebrities, like Ardena Fulton is doing it this year, to raise money to prevent child abuse and end domestic violence. Cheryl Cato is the executive director of the Rainbow Project, and she's a child and family therapist. Cheryl, so good to see you. Cheryl, can you hear us?
Thank you so much.
No,
good afternoon.
Okay, good. Good. I hope you can hear us. For people who aren't familiar with this event, this is sort of like a local Dancing with the Stars for a very good cause, right?
Yes, it is. It is, and we're very excited. Last year we had it all virtual. This year will be a hybrid, which will be in person as well as virtual, so that folks can join at their own comfort. And we are really planning a spectacular floor show with world champions from all over, including Brazil. But we're also going to be acknowledging Community Extra Mile Award winners because the Rainbow Project works with victims of trauma, ages infants through middle school and their families. And there are folks every day working so hard for them. And many things are slowed down and closed because of the pandemic, but we really have had to step up in terms of working even harder for some of the children and families that we work with. So we are needing to have our fundraiser even more than ever.
Yeah, and it seems like what a fun event, but it is for a serious topic, as you mentioned. You know, why is it important to have this type of fundraiser in this way?
I think for many reasons. One is that it is awareness, being able to know that victims of trauma, particularly when they are young, really it is a great time to be able to intervene. They are the most vulnerable at that stage, and we really want to make sure that we're able to help them recover from, unfortunately, some of the trauma experiences that they've had already. We're most known in the area of child abuse and domestic violence, community violence, but even grief and loss, serious accidents, those can have long-lasting impacts, including affecting the ability to perform academically in school or develop relationships that are healthy, as well as now more research showing it is impacting not just mental health, but also physical health as well, if not resolved. So we're excited to spread the word, but also celebrate their success.
And we're happy to help. We have some video from some past competitions. Our Charlotte Deleste and Leah Linscheid. Look at Charlotte.
Yes, look at Charlotte go.
Our morning anchor, Leah Linscheid, did it one year. Dana did it last year, and she's doing it again this year. There's Dana from last year. It's a lot of work.
It looks like it. Exercise.
We are so grateful. We are so very, very grateful. And that is another reason why we're doing this. Yes, we're working with trauma, and unfortunately the demand for service is great. But I think to balance that, and part of healing and recovery is to experience joy, shared joy, and to really be able to focus on those positives, and also for gratitude, because we do feel so grateful. And that is definitely helping us getting through, knowing that we're not alone in doing our work.
Well, we're so happy to help. We hope you have a wonderful event. Everybody vote for Dana. Yeah. No pressure. Cheryl,
thank you so much.
It's so great to see you. And Rumba for Rainbow is Friday, September 17th at 7 p.m. at Union South on the UW-Madison campus. To buy tickets, or if you just like to make a donation, go to therainbowproject.net.
Very nice. Looks like a great event.
Next year, we're going to get you to do it. We tried to get you to do it this year, but you're a little too busy.
I'm not that coordinated. If I tried doing it, they'd have to change the name from Roomba to Roonba, because I would ruin everything. Anyway,
maybe next year. We're going to pressure.
Coming up next, an inspirational story about how a suicide bomb didn't end a Paralympian's story.
It was only the start of it. We'll tell you all about it coming up next on Live at 4.
Get the biggest appliance savings at the big sale going on now at all Grand Appliance showrooms. Get this Amana top-load washer for just $4.98. This Frigidaire smooth top range for just $5.98. Or bundle up and save even more with up to $1,000 in extra savings available exclusively at Grand Appliance. Don't miss the big sale at grandappliance.com or your local Grand showroom. Grand Appliance, the appliance experts since 1930.
Mom's gonna kill us.
Gorilla Super Glues. Of course.
Gorilla has a fix for every project. Original brush and nozzle and ultra-controlled gel for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
If you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part, our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021 is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course lunch starting at $15 and a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021, starting September 19th through the 24th. For participating restaurant menus and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
What do you think?
I love it.
We all love reading the magazine, but did you know there's additional exclusive Madison Magazine content here on channel3000.com? Click on Madison Magazine for timely food stories and blogs on the local food scene that don't appear in the magazine. Find arts and entertainment and interesting Madisonians. There are featured columnists and online extras like photo galleries and videos. Channel 3000 and Madison Magazine. Together, they're your one source for all things Madison.
Take a look at this. People love camping for the potential of a close encounter with a wild animal.
I ain't never went camping with the deer before.
What? Well, this deer may be a little too close. A deer walks right into this guy's tent in Baraboo. Look at that. It's so comfortable with the group that they're able to reach out and pet the deer, even though it's a wild animal. The deer isn't afraid, and obviously very accustomed to humans in the woods. Pretty curious little guy. One of the guys casually just lured it back out of the tent, and it headed on its merry way.
The deer said, I'm part of the group now,
yeah,
so we're hanging out.
Exactly. Isn't that cool?
So casual. Not a care in the world, that deer.
Man, that's a buck. Look, it's got a couple points. Wow. Wow. You said you're more like a cabin by the lake kind of camper.
Cabin by the lake type of person, but you like camping.
Oh yeah, that's my thing. That would be amazing. Except I wouldn't want it to go. I would want the deer to stay. Yes.
What about you, Austin?
Yeah, you know, he looked really calm. If I had a deer in my apartment, though, I'm just worried that it'd be a bull in a china shop and just knock everything over. But that's just me, though. Hey, he looked so calm out there.
Maybe he was looking for some warmth. It's a little chilly out there today.
Yeah,
feels great though.
Cooler. It really does. It feels so good outside, and we have some more time with very nice weather before we see the reintroduction of some rain showers into the forecast. So what are we looking at for these next rain showers, and how about a look at your entire extended forecast? I'll have a look coming up next.
You know, kids, when I was your age, we didn't have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with intelligent all-wheel drive. We had average cars that drove on average roads.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need. And we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Living longer is possible and proven with Kisqali when taken with a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor in premenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
USAA is made for the safe pilots. For Mac, who can come to a stop with barely a bobble. Lucia, who announces her intentions even if no one's there. And Sergeant Moore, who leaves room for her room. With USAA Safe Pilot, when you drive safe, you can save up to 30% on your auto insurance. Get a quote and start saving. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Patio doors, patio doors. Scott the window guy can do patio doors. Scott the window guy can do patio doors.
We do patio doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
Fur, you won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make me drowsy.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. So trees, you won't take me down. When allergies attack, take Allegra.
Before your symptoms take over you.
Live your greatness.
You know, kids, when I was your age, we didn't have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with intelligent all-wheel drive. We had average cars that drove on average roads.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
And welcome back. Now, I've been looking at this sky cam all day long, and it seems like there's just less and less cloud cover as the day goes on. We've really seen a lot of sunshine, and not only does it look beautiful outside, it finally really feels just gorgeous to spend some time outdoors. A few things of note, however. We are going to stay dry overnight tonight and through our Thursday, but we are looking at some shower chances for most, unfortunately, of our Friday, and some of that is likely to linger into parts of early Saturday as well. So we are looking out for some shower chances, possibility of an isolated thunderstorm, but we're really mainly just watching that chance for a few showers to actually roll through, which means we're not expecting severe weather right now. Dry conditions through most of Labor Day weekend, but again on Friday to start things out, we are going to have to dodge a few showers most likely. Now our Doppler track currently for today, it's looking great. We really don't have any issues here today as we are staying dry. There are some showers and thunderstorms out around Rapid City and trying to make its way up towards Bismarck, but for the most part, really staying dry out west, which is great news here for us. We have another dry day ahead of us for tomorrow, and it's going to feel just as nice. Now, tomorrow morning, we're going to start off on a little bit of a cooler foot. It hasn't really gotten this chilly overnight in quite some time. We do have a low expected of around 50 degrees, which means some areas likely to dip into those upper 40s to start off tomorrow morning. Then by the afternoon, another beautiful day. We're going to see some building cloud cover, unfortunately, but we're still looking at those middle to even upper 70s for some spots. Some areas, however, are likely going to get trapped in those lower 70s. So we really are looking at another day in the 70s for tomorrow. And then the rain does start to look like it's going to return here on Friday. Now, this model does like to hold it off until the afternoon hours, still bringing in those spotty showers and possibility of a weaker thunderstorm here and there. And a lot of our models are really showing much of the same. Here's another look at this. The only difference with this is that the HRRR model is trying to bring in these showers a little bit earlier on in the day. This is showing those showers moving through, but this is at about 7 a.m. in the morning. So there is a possibility that even in those morning hours, we do see some of those showers. Off and on showers are expected. Unfortunately, Friday, not looking like the greatest day overall. But then we take a peek at our rain chances, and we don't have too many. It does look like Saturday morning, some of those showers are going to linger towards the end of the day. We're likely still going to see some sunshine popping out, but then those rain chances really significantly drop off. 20% chance on Monday, 30% chance on Tuesday. Afterwards, we're looking really dry as the end of this forecast once again looks absolutely beautiful. Temperatures right now outside, still beautiful. Mid-70s, it feels just great. A little bit warmer again towards the Janesville area, but they're also seeing some of our lowest dew points. So it's a little bit warmer in Janesville, but it's not really that muggy at all. In fact, it actually feels great right now in the Janesville area. But another peek at your extended forecast. Friday, showers, possibility of those thunderstorms as well. And then it does look like towards the end of this forecast, we're staying in the 70s. It stays beautiful out there. I'm really loving overall this forecast.
Yeah, it looks great. Very refreshing.
Yeah, I'll take it. That's for sure.
All right, Austin, thank you. One of the American athletes competing in the Paralympic Games in Tokyo has already triumphed over a horrific childhood tragedy.
When Haven Shepard was just 14 years old, her father detonated a suicide bomb, and it was intended to kill the family.
Shepard survived, and later, with the support of her adopted parents, began a remarkable journey to the Paralympics.
Selena Wang sat down with her.
How does it feel to be here in Tokyo representing Team USA for the first time?
I mean, it's such an honor. I'm so proud of our country, and especially, you know, having just such a hard year, it's just so special. Having motivation to, you know, work towards something is hard, but working towards something that you didn't even know that was going to happen was even harder.
You were born in Vietnam. What happened when you were a baby?
I was born in Vietnam to two parents that had an affair and had me. And in Vietnam, women can't divorce husbands. And so for their circumstance, they thought the thing would be best for their family was to commit a family suicide. And they strapped bombs onto themselves and they held me. And I was blown 40 feet away from the accident, and all the damage was done to my legs. I just think it's such a miracle that, you know, I survived. And that happened when I was 14 months old. And then I was adopted later when I was 20 months old.
But the knowledge of such a traumatic incident happening when you were a baby, does that weigh on you?
My mom was always really honest about what happened to me, and it's definitely made me the person that I am now. I think of my biological mom's sacrifice. I look at her sacrifice of her life for me, you know, and I got to live this amazing life. I'm here at the Paralympics, you know, I got to have an amazing childhood, and I just think about how epic my story has, you know, changed so many people.
And was it difficult growing up with a disability, and how did you become so confident and secure with yourself?
My confidence just comes from choosing my day-to-day life of how am I going to see the world? You know, I could wake up every single morning and just be so offended that, you know, somebody looked at me at the store and, oh, this person looked at me funny because I had my handicap sticker on in the parking lot and my legs were covered. And I definitely take those moments, and I have to choose what am I going to pick. Am I going to choose to be offended of them not knowing any better? But I can also choose that, oh, wow, they're staring at me because my legs are really cool. And I usually choose that point of, like, wow, they think of me because I'm so cool.
You also serve as an ambassador for other amputees. You've been a role model for so many. What advice do you give them?
Going through, like, an amputation or just growing up without limbs in general, it makes you grow up really fast because you need to choose what the world is going to be to you. Is it going to be somewhere where it's not safe and you never leave your house and you don't want people to look at you, or do you want the world to know that, hey, we exist, you know? I think that's so special, too, to be a learning tool for people of educating them, and the Paralympics and the disabled community, and, you know, my life of how fulfilled it is by not having legs. So I think that's one of the greatest gifts I've ever had in my life.
Boy, how inspiring is that?
The power of the human spirit's quite a thing.
Puts your day in perspective, doesn't it? She's incredible. Yeah. Well, coming up next at 4, how children with sleep apnea could be affected down the road.
Then coming up at 5, a Madison woman is hiking to help Afghan refugees. We'll show you her mission at 5.
It's time for back to school, so get to Rogan's today for styles your kids will love. Plus, save the receipt and the next pair is half price. Family savings gets an A+ at Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Allergy sufferers, bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. And in a clinical study, after just 1 day, 90% felt powerful 24-hour relief. So, be wise all, take Zysol at night.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Shop the big sale at Grand Appliance for exclusive savings of up to $1,000 on qualifying appliance packages from these top brands. Save on top of great sale offers like this Samsung front-load washer for just $728, or this LG 25 cubic foot French door refrigerator for just $14.98. Shop GrandAppliance.com or your local Grand showroom to save today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
The Stanley Steamer started with 1 man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. We've been cleaning tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and a whole lot more. We don't just clean carpets, we clean homes. So when your home needs a cleaning, give us a ring at 1-800-STEAMER.
A great night's sleep starts on a new mattress from Steinhafels. During Steinhafels Labor Day sale, get a Beauty Rest Queen mattress for only $349. Upgrade to a Beauty Rest Black and save up to $800 with an adjustable base set. Plus, get $200 in Steinhafels cash and a 2-night hotel stay. With free delivery and Steinhafels 120-night sleep guarantee, you can't make a mistake. Only at Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
I kept my receipt from the last time I was at Rogan's to save even more in back to school for my kids. The shoes I'm getting today are half price. I get the best savings for my family at Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Tonight at 5, how two Madison moms are putting one foot in front of the other to save lives of Afghani women. That's coming up tonight. News 3 Now at 5.
And we're starting September off with a bit of sunshine before our next rain chance really builds in heading into Friday. Your Labor Day weekend looks wonderful, but we'll take a closer look at your full 10-day.
And ahead at 6, with many people planning trips for Labor Day, we talked to health officials about whether holiday travel could cause another COVID surge. Find out what they have to say on News 3 Now at 6.
Sleep apnea is a condition usually associated with adults.
But the American Heart Association is warning the sleep disorder is common in children and may affect their heart health. Bradley Blackburn has more.
From a diet.
Ureli Aguilar-Cielo has concerns about her son's sleep.
He will always sleep with his mouth open. He will breathe for a couple of seconds and he'll pause and he'll breathe again.
I just feel really tired.
9-year-old Giovanni suffers from sleep apnea, a disorder that affects up to 6% of children and adolescents. The American Heart Association says the quality of a child's sleep and sleep apnea may impact blood pressure, heart structure, and other heart health factors.
Having obstructive sleep apnea can be associated with higher blood pressure, metabolic syndrome, conditions like obesity and high blood pressure and high cholesterol. When they occur in childhood, they do tend to track into adulthood.
Dr. Carissa Baker authored the statement. Symptoms include snoring more than 3 nights a week, as well as gasps or labored breathing and daytime sleepiness.
Some of the kids who we're seeing who may be having difficulty focusing and things like that during the day in school, ask about their sleep. These are critical times in a child's life when their brains are developing.
And obesity in children is also a factor. As many as 60% of adolescents who are obese have sleep apnea. Giovanni had his tonsils out and his sleep improved a little.
5 hours of physical activity per week.
His doctor also wants him to focus on lifestyle changes to get to a healthier weight.
I feel like the tiredness does affect them a little bit. I just want the best and hopefully he can get the help he needs.
His mom hopes with a good night's rest, Giovanni will have better days. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
And up next, if you have any plant or gardening questions, now's the time to pick up the phone.
If you'd like to talk to Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company, the number to call is 270-9933. Lisa is on the weather patio. There she is. Hi, Lisa. We'll take your calls when we come back.
The 72-hour Labor Day weekend mattress sale is through Labor Day Monday only at Ashley Home Store. Get the very best Labor Day doorbusters in Wisconsin. You could save up to 65% off deals like these while they last. Plus up to 6 years no-interest financing on luxury brands. Ashley Home Store.
Since 1976, Feldco stood the test of time.
It's Feldco's 45th anniversary! Time to get down!
To celebrate Feldco's 45th anniversary, get 45% off windows today. That's cause for a celebration.
45% off windows ends Labor Day. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Big news for heartburn sufferers. Introducing Zantac 360 Degrees with a new formula that has the #1 doctor-recommended medicine approved to both prevent and relieve heartburn. It works in as little as 15 minutes and lasts. New Zantac 360.
Mom's gonna kill us.
Gorilla Super Glues.
Of course. Gorilla has a fix for every project. Original brush and nozzle and ultra-controlled gel for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
You call me devious, but you don't understand that all I am is a little mysterious.
So what do you think?
I love it.
New jets, new yachts, new hobbies. The ultra-rich got ultra-richer during the pandemic because Republicans in Congress have been working for them, protecting loopholes for tax-dodging billionaires instead of helping working people who'd benefit from a fair share tax plan that Republicans are trying to block. And Ron Johnson's one of them. The rich don't need new jets, but Wisconsin does need a new senator.
MoveOn.org. Political Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
A nursing home promises to care for our parents as cherished loved ones. But if your parents have been injured in a nursing home, we can help. Habish, Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Tomorrow on News 3 Now this morning, we are getting some grilling tips for your Badger tailgate party.
And we continue our back-to-school coverage. We'll look at how bullying is tracked in schools. We'll see you from 4:30 until 7 on News 3 Now this morning.
The 72-hour Labor Day weekend sale is through Labor Day Monday only at Ashley Home Store. Get the best holiday deals on the latest home fashions. Plus, save up to 60% off holiday doorbusters like these while they last. And 5 years no-interest financing store-wide. Ashley Home Store.
And welcome back. Taking a look at our first warn traffic. Right now, things are generally moving along quite nicely, but we are looking at some slowdowns. Some areas along the Beltline right now going quite a bit slower than normal, but it does look like this is that general time of the day that we do usually see those slower moments, but it does look like it's a little bit slower than usual as of right now in some parts of the Beltline. Janesville, however, lots of green. Green means go. We're looking pretty good overall, but again, there are just a few slowdowns. No accidents, however, have been reported to us at least.
Thank you, Austin. Well, our buddy Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here today.
We're taking your calls at 270-9933. It's a good day to call if you have a question. We have 3 lines open. Hi, Lisa. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Beautiful day to be out on the patio.
It is beautiful out here today.
Well, we have our first caller, Lucy from Monona. Lucy, can you hear us?
Go ahead, push line 1. There you go. Hi, Lucy. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Oh, go ahead. What's your question?
When are the acorn squash ready to pick? I have a couple that's got brown on them, and I'm wondering about that.
I think the acorn squash, you want them to sound a little hollow. You want you want them to be weighty. I am not a squash lover, I have to say. So, but I think if they're turning brown or getting mushy, you've let it go too long. So sort of, you know, do a little tap, make sure they're weighty and that the flesh is still firm, and then you should go ahead and be able to harvest them.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for calling. Judy in Madison, you're next. Hi there, what's your question?
Yes, I have an azalea bush that bloomed prolifically, but now it's kind of looking droopy and kind of the leaves are drying out. What should I do?
Okay, well, azaleas, is this planted outdoors or was this a houseplant azalea?
No, it was outdoors.
Okay, so azaleas like morning sun, afternoon shade. It's been very hot this year and dry. So I would definitely check the soil, make sure that it doesn't need a good soak. I would mulch it with some bark mulch. That will help a lot, especially if it's in a spot where it's getting sun in the afternoon. It would be more bothered by the heat that we've had. So check the watering.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have Wesley in Madison. Hey, Wesley.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I have heritage raspberries. And a couple of years ago, I got that, what I call that leaping bug that went in there and started going into the canes and killing them.
Yep.
So what I did was I cut them all the way down to the ground to get rid of all of that little thing, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Now my raspberries have come up. I've got a couple of canes that have come high. I had a great patch before I did that. But they're like, the majority of them are horizontal to the ground.
Oh, okay. Well, what I would do is, I believe that heritage is a summer-bearing berry, so it fruits the second year. So if you cut the canes all the way to the ground last year, what you're getting this year are just floricanes, or I'm sorry, primicanes. So they're going to not fruit, they will fruit next summer. So do what you can to sort of get those canes up off the ground. Certainly give them some fertilizer, but that is a berry, unlike the other types that are fall bearing where you cut them all the way to the ground and they fruit every year. Heritage is sort of an every other year kind of plant.
All right.
Thank you, Leslie.
Very good. Okay, let's go to Mac in Beloit. Hi, Mac. What's your question?
Hey, first of all, we're being overwhelmed by crabgrass, and I'm sure many of us are, but there's a gig that I guess there's supposed to be a fall, and there's supposed to be a spring weed and feed. What's going on with the summer type weed and feed? Is there a good sign, bad sign, or just have to ride the storm out? How does that work?
I think the good news is that crabgrass is an annual weed grass, so it is not going to set itself up for you for next year. Certainly, I would put on a fall fertilizer. Making your lawn as healthy as possible will help thicken it up, and the less space there is for weed seeds to get in, the less likely you will have the crabgrass problem next year. And then I would do the stage 1 or step 1, which has a crabgrass pre-emergent. So that will stop any seed that's in your soil or in the lawn from germinating next year.
All right, good luck to you.
All right, thank you for your time. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, Ray from Cambridge.
Hello there.
Hi, Ray. What's your question?
I am repotting my ponytail palm plant into a much bigger pot. And a friend of mine said I can use crushed up plastic water bottles instead of heavy rocks in the bottom for drainage. Is this something that is useful?
Yes, but I would also caution you, ponytail palms do not have a giant root system, so you don't want to go in a much bigger pot. If your pot is, say, 8 inches wide, you can go to a 10-inch wide pot in diameter. You don't want it to be giant and be potting up for the next 5 or 6 years. You just want to take it in a 2-inch increment every time you up pot. That being said, you can use things in the bottom of your pot to take up some of that soil volume if you want to do that. If you're using crushed peanuts, make sure that you use the styrofoam ones, not the cornstarch, because those will get wet and get icky. You can use chunks of styrofoam. You can use charcoal, not briquettes, but hardwood charcoal, soda bottles, all kinds of things.
All right, very interesting. That's all the time we have for today, but thanks everybody for your calls. We got some good questions in today. Thanks, Lisa. Good to see you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Yep.
And we'll be right back.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Up here, success depends on the choices you make. But I know I've got this. And when it comes to controlling his type 2 diabetes, my dad's got this too.
With the right choices, you have it in you to control your A1C, and once-weekly Trulicity may help. Most people taking Trulicity reached an A1C under 7%, and it starts lowering blood sugar from the first dose by helping your body release the insulin it's already making. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Show your world what's truly inside. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Tonight at 5, Madison schools announced new mask requirements for elementary and middle school students. Plus, the man accused of killing and dismembering his parents pleads not guilty. What's next for him? Ahead at 5.
On a day that changed the world, the events of 9/11 changed her life's course.
I had the sense that if only I'd been a doctor, I would have had more to give.
20 years later, she is saving lives at the UW Children's Hospital. Jamie Perez shares her inspiring story Thursday at 10.
Well, welcome back. Taking one final look at your 10-day forecast. We do have a few shower and storm chances. Friday, off and on showers are now looking like a pretty good possibility. Some of those could linger into parts of Saturday morning. But right now, Labor Day looking pretty nice. And then we do have some Labor Day night showers and storms, and some of those could also linger into parts of Tuesday morning. Other than that, some sunshine and pretty nice temperatures. Make sure you stay tuned, though. We'll have more right after the break.
Heart failure diagnosis changed my priorities. I want time for the people I love. My heart doesn't pump enough blood, so my doctor gave me Farxiga. It helps my heart do its job better. Farxiga helps keep me living life and out of the hospital for heart failure.
Do not take if allergic to Farxiga. Symptoms of a serious allergic reaction include rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. Stop taking and seek medical help right away. Tell your doctor right away if you have red color in urine, or pain while you urinate, or a genital area infection, since a rare but serious genital infection may be life-threatening. Do not take Farxiga if you have severe kidney problems or are on dialysis. Other serious side effects include dehydration, sudden kidney problems, genital yeast and bacterial infections in women and men, urinary tract infections, and low blood sugar. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of ketoacidosis, which is serious and may lead to death.
Work time with her? Sounds good to me.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Get the biggest appliance savings at the big sale going on now at all Grand Appliance showrooms. Get this Amana top-load washer for just $4.98. This Frigidaire smooth top range for just $5.98. Or bundle up and save even more with up to $1,000 in extra savings available exclusively at Grand Appliance. Don't miss the big sale at grandappliance.com or your local Grand showroom. Grand Appliance, the appliance experts since 1930.
More than ever, America needs healthcare workers. So if you're ready to answer the call, Herzing University empowers you to earn the skills you need for all kinds of healthcare careers, including programs that can be completed in 10 months. Accredited and transfer-friendly, Herzing provides the personal care and support you need to succeed. We'll even waive your enrollment fee. Your nation needs healthcare workers. Join the movement at Herzing University. Call or click today.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
In today's final touch, a beehive near Times Square created a big buzz last night, and it really drew a crowd, and also the NYPD.
Whoa, look at that. Well, you can see thousands of bees swarming a light pole at 47th Street and 6th Avenue. The NYPD says its longtime beekeeper happened to retire this past Monday, but another detective took control of the situation. Police say the bees were safely relocated from NYC to NYB.
Yes, that'll do it for us today at 4, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks, Brady. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'll be here.